Delta 911.
Delta 911. For when you need to be so high, you explode. For when you need your whole life to collapse.
Delta 911.
Not just Tower 7.
Are we ready?
Delta 911. It feels like a controlled demolition.
How many milligrams does it take to melt steel beams?
Yeah.
500, it says.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, it's Highly Social. Welcome. I'm Mike Eaton. And today I'm joined by the Sass Master, Darian Irwin. Wanted to put you back in front of the camera. It's just fun.
Why is the picture square if the lens is round?
No one will ever be able to explain that to me.
That's a Stephen Wright joke. But anyways.
Sounds Stephen wrong.
Oh,
no.
You don't like Stephen Wright? One of the greatest ever.
He's Stephen all right. But
Dude, shut up right now. He's Stephen Great. All right?
God damn it.
I love that. I can't believe you don't. I mean,
I'm not familiar with enough of his work to say.
We'll listen to some.
I got to do a serious. So we went to Rob's birthday party the other night at his house, and me
Shout out to Rob.
and Lewis, the bartender from Creek, got into a thing because I just said George Carlin is not funny. And Shawshank Redemption is a bad movie.
Okay.
And
now this is getting interesting.
And that by every possible metric by which you would grade a film, the first Transformers movie is better than anything made before 1980.
I fucking hate this guy.
So I said all that to him, and he was like, just having like a little bit of a stroke. Yeah. And I was like, also the Beatles suck. just so you know that.
Yeah.
They are not good at music.
Right.
And they had a culture wave.
Right. So Rob's crying now.
No, Rob wasn't even a part of this.
Okay.
Luis. I think it's Lewis.
Who?
The bartender with the ponytail and the glasses.
Oh, yeah. I forget his name, too. But muscular, kind of like in shape guy? Yeah. Cool guy.
Very cool guy.
Yeah.
Love talk. He's so much fun.
Yeah.
I feel bad that I'm fucking his name up. But
I haven't talked to him very much, but every interaction I've had with him has always been like super chill.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, and also it's very difficult in those situations where there are people that are around comedy. They say my name every time I get on stage.
Right.
You get to hear my name a lot, so it's very easy to be like, that's Mike. But then it's people that are just always in the background. You're like, oh,
dude,
you again.
When people are offended that you don't know them or you don't know their name or whatever, it boggles my that never makes me upset.
It also doesn't make me upset unless we're like if you were like who.
But also, but when you but like people, like it happened a few times last night, like especially with comics. That maybe don't get booked as much, you know what I mean?
Oh, bad ones.
And then
new ones.
But then they'll just be like, I've met you like 4 times. And you're like, okay, but I don't remember you, so it's your fault for not being memorable. Why are you putting it on me right now? Most people at this point know, I'm very loud and whatever, and I say crazy shit, but most people know I'm actually a pretty nice guy.
Yeah.
So it's so crazy for you to come up to me and then give me shit when I don't know your fucking name. Mm-hmm. I almost said his name. I'm not gonna do that. But it's just like it's just like, dude, what do you do? Well, also, if you wanted me to like you, now I definitely don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, oh man. Anyway, so I said all of those crazy things.
But it's also sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. But it's just like I mean to interrupt you. Yeah. But it's just like
this is an accident happening.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna do this anyways. But you know what's really funny is now I forgot what I was gonna say.
Fuck yeah, dog.
No, but it's just like, it's also like I would stand up, man. Like we meet, like dude, we're not even famous yet. We meet so many people,
an insane amount of people.
I can't. Like sometimes I'll see somebody and I go, I recognize them. I have no idea where I know them from. And then it'll be a thing, like if they'll come talk to me, and then or sometimes they'll come start talking to me, and I don't even recognize them. I have no idea who they are or where they're from or whatever.
Man, this is giving me such bad anxiety.
But it's just like, but people, maybe it's just, people just don't understand. It's like, hey man, your life is different than mine. I meet so many people. It's unfair kind of for you to expect that I'm going to file your shit away for a 3-second interaction we had 6 months ago at a show.
Well, for them, it was a big interaction.
Right.
They got to
That's what I'm realizing. But also, they have to realize, hey, dude, I have 50 trillion of these interactions. But I understand it was big for you at the time. But you can't. It would could you imagine if I held that against another? Let's say I don't want to say a name, but let's say there's a bigger comic and I opened for him or something. Even if I worked with him, if he didn't remember, I worked with Ryan Sickler this week, right?
Yeah, and if you saw him
a year
in 6
from
months,
now,
yeah.
if I saw him and he didn't recognize me, that's so not his fault.
Oh, but he definitely will because he'll see you and be like, Trey Pack, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
That moment was truly just. It made a giant chunk of people laugh.
Yeah.
And it was enough people laughing that the crowd was like, did we miss something?
Really? That's funny.
Because there's comics scattered all throughout watching Sickler in different parts of the room. Upstairs, downstairs, all around the balcony, by the bar, over here by the sound booth.
Right.
There's literally comics dispersed everywhere. And then Brian Moses goes, give it up for Trey Pack. And we're all like, no fucking way. He called Darian Trey on this awesome fucking weekend on the last show of the fucking thing.
I know.
And then
it doesn't. It's funny how many people think it bothers me too. Where it's like, hey, you guys all know this happens 3 times a day.
Well, it happened. It was even better because he tripled down on it.
I know.
And then he also told Ryan was like, what was the guy's name? He's like, Trey.
Yeah. So now Ryan Sickler thinks my name is Trey.
Bingo.
Yeah.
But now he'll remember. I told Brian after. I was like, hey, that was Darian. And he's like,
it's all good. I don't mind being mistaken for Trey. We look very similar. It happens less and less now that I'm wearing a hat.
We finally find the reason for the hat.
We found something, but it happens less and less. But also, he's super, super funny, super nice guy. You know what I mean? It doesn't bother me at all to be. And it's something. It's something that is going to happen the rest of our careers.
Yeah.
Especially if we both make it.
Dude, there's a
people
whole
do that to Tom and Bert.
People do that to Tom and Bert. People do that to me, Dylan Sullivan, and Tony Casillas. I had a guy message me on Instagram and be like, hello, friend. I very much love your joke about ranch. And I was like, I don't have a joke about ranch. He goes, yes, you have joke about ranch. They post on Laugh Factory page. And I was like,
they post on Laugh Factory.
And I went, because he's speaking broken English. He's from Georgia, the country, not the state. And I go to the Laugh Factory page and I pull up Dylan Sullivan's joke about, I know I need to lose weight because waitresses are bringing me sides of ranch I didn't ask for.
Yeah.
It's an amazing, classic Dylan joke.
Right.
And I send it to the guy.
Yeah.
And he goes, this is you. I'm like, dog, you're looking at me. What is happening right now?
That's really funny.
He was just so adamant.
You and Dylan don't look that much alike.
No.
At all.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dylan's fun, man. Where's he been? I haven't seen him in a while.
He was in Hawaii for a bit.
Wow.
And now he's in LA right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's he doing out there? Just
he had some shows.
Cool.
Yeah, I hit him up about food. And he was like, I'm in LA. Like, damn.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what he's thinking of.
Man, I'm so bummed. I was out. We went out last night. So last night was a crazy fucking night. I can't say his name.
Yeah.
But a very popular in the news celebrity showed up to the heckle mic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just to preface this, I did a show on Saturday at the Wilco Center with Big Laugh, the adulting show. It was their 5-year anniversary. It was very cool.
Yeah.
Great space. Sam Lopez and Derek Poston were on it, and I drove them up there.
Nice.
And so we're sitting in the green room before the show, kind of chilling, shooting the shit. And then I was like, hey, Derek, what are you doing on Sunday night? He goes, I don't know yet, man. What's up? I was like, you should come to Banana Phone. It's the heckle mic. And he's like, why should I do that? And I was like, oh, it's just the most fun thing. He's like, I had a couple people invite me. I'm not into that. And I was like, oh, but come on. It's so fun. And then trying to explain why I love Banana Phone just makes me sound like a bad person.
Well, so explain how Banana Phone works. So Or I'll explain how it works,
Yeah.
and then you tell the story. So Banana Phone is a mic that happens every Sunday here, and it usually has a pretty good turnout of audience members, usually 30, 40 audience members, right? Which is a really good turnout for just an open mic, right? Then the comedians sign up. If you get pulled, you get 1 minute of uninterrupted stand-up, and then after 1 minute, there's a light that shines, and then
The 9/11 commemorative bell, they ring it.
Yeah, right. So then after a minute, everyone is allowed to heckle you and yell stuff at you. So what it ends up turning into is almost the whole comedy scene shows up every Sunday night, just so each of us goes up, you do a minute of stand-up, you bomb, no one gets laughs, and then everyone just roasts you.
Yeah.
So last night, and I'll let you tell the story because you were there. Because I was at Creek. I left for 15 minutes and missed one of the biggest comedians ever just walking in and going up on this fucking mic.
On that mic, of all things.
On the one where you can yell at them. Yeah.
So and this person, and the reason I can't say their name is because there's a lot of current controversy around them.
Yeah.
You can DM me and I'll tell you, but like I just can't say it on here.
Yeah.
But
Look,
yeah, I know. Well, the only reason I'm not is because
Creek has asked us not to say it.
Creek has asked us not
Otherwise we
to,
would.
and I don't want to piss off them. But so he shows up and he walks over behind. So right before Banana Phone last night was the competition, the Austin Comedy Competition that Adam Lucky is putting on.
Yeah.
And
Unreal.
sold the fuck out.
Yeah.
Unreal crowd.
Unreal.
The judges did great. It was just awesome from top to bottom. But so they had a judges table off to stage left.
Were you there for the whole show?
No.
Okay.
I just saw the last two.
Right.
I was on another
right,
story.
that's right.
I got to tell that story too.
Yeah.
Glad you said that. But so we're sitting at this table to the side of the stage instead of front and center where we usually are. But we had just a fucking firing squad of Nat Rogachevsky, Candace Medina, me, Jack Timmons, Matt Boyd, and Joe Begley. All just sitting around with microphones.
Roasting.
And people would go up, do the fucking minute, and they just whop. And so this person gets up there and goes up, and he's up there, and he's like, I don't need a minute. I make $2 million a year, you know? Fuck you.
Wait, hold on. So who does he come talk to get up? Because the list is already pulled and everything.
Correct. So there's a bucket, and we're pulling 5 at a time.
Right.
He walks up and stands behind me and Candace.
Yes.
Because Candace has been hosting it.
Yes.
And he goes, hey, can I do the time? And she goes, the list is closed. Because she didn't recognize who it was. And it was just a 10 out of 10 moment. And I'm like, no, Candace, that's, and she goes, oh. And then she pronounced his name wrong on stage.
Nice.
Which is just the disrespect.
Did he say he makes $2 million a year?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how he said it. He was like, I make $2 million a year. I need to fucking be here for y'all. This is a gift, Which was awesome energy to come up with. Because then he was like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to piss us off to get some insults going.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So people are like nervous. They're
Right.
like, I don't know what to say. And then like a couple of the, like retard ones that usually yell just nonsensical stuff. Yell some nonsensical stuff. And then he fucking, just
Really?
mollywops them.
Really?
There's an old drunk guy in the front row with his like trophy wife, who's 20 years younger than him. Probably used to be very good looking because she's still okay and she's like 50.
Okay.
But this dude's old, like big caterpillar eyebrows, and he like drunkenly slurs something at. Almost said his name. Wow, that was close at the comic.
Well,
and
we can bleep his name out afterwards.
Dan won't do that. Dan won't do that on principle.
Oh, okay.
He's a libertarian. Cool. So this dude just fucking goes in on this guy, and the guy keeps trying to say something. He goes, "You shut the fuck up. Let me talk to your bitch." And the lady's like, she kind of into it.
She's into it. Yeah. Yeah. I would be too.
It was.
I get it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that shit's happening, and then I hit him with a pretty funny one, and then he hit me back with, "Why your face look like it got stung by 1,000 hornets?" Because I'm all red and laughing.
Yeah, pretty good.
Nailed it. And then Matt Boyd just comes in for the fucking jugular.
Yeah.
And it was so cool because the energy in that room immediately just turned 100 people into a black guy that just saw a magic trick. Like everyone stood up, started moving locations. People were just, just screaming.
Yeah.
The guy on stage is like, fucking, let's go. Like he's into it. Like it was just so fucking it was the epitome of what that is.
We can't say the line, but it's the best line
ever
I've ever heard. I mean, and it's just so because there's a lot of controversy surrounding this comedian currently, and he just destroyed him with one sentence.
Yeah.
And it was just, and really all Matt did, he did it in a very clever way. The joke's very good, but like, all he really did was just brought up the thing that everyone was afraid to bring up.
Yeah.
And Matt did it in his way that's like, I'm not afraid to bring this up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It really felt like we all should have put Matt on our shoulders and carried him into the streets.
Yeah, it did.
Like the new king of comedy.
Yeah, yeah. Matt's so good at that stuff, man.
Dude, it was fucking awesome. But it just, I love the energy of roasting when it's done in good faith.
Yeah.
Like when I'm saying the things that I'm saying to the people on stage, even sometimes when they're really devastating. I got Kelly Berger fucking murderously last night. He did his shit where he shouted his whole thing.
I don't know him.
You don't know Kelly Berger? It's burger time?
I don't know him.
God damn it. He's like if you straighten Derek Dimfle's hair,
I don't know.
you'd know him if you saw him. Dude,
Maybe.
I can't believe I'm saying these people's names on my podcast, but
This is why you really shouldn't be going to Banana Phone every week.
yeah.
You really are too big to be going to Banana Phone
No.
every week.
No, that's not true. That's not true at all. But but he got
That's
up
a
there,
little true.
and he shouted his fucking set with his cadence, and I was like, why do you sound like Hitler speaking English? And it's just fucking
Annihilated.
it was because it was perfect. But stuff like that, I'm not saying that to be mean to him.
No, you're doing it to the audience. It's for the audience.
It's for everyone's
Right, right, right.
benefit. And I treat Banana Phone like just fucking practice for roast battles and real heckles.
Yeah.
If someone is coming at me from the crowd or someone is interrupting in some way, I want to have the ability to look at them, size them up, and come out with not the first or the second, but like the third thing that's clever enough that everyone's like, oh shit, he's in charge.
Yeah.
And you can do that with either the cleverness or the quickness, and if you combine them, so this is just the fucking combine for that.
Yeah.
I get to watch 50 people go up there and just pop, 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 pop.
Agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
So I love it.
Which is interesting because I feel like I tried to get you to go to it like a bunch and you never would. And then all of a sudden you went to like one and now you've not missed one.
I went to one and was like, this is the most fun thing in the world.
Yeah.
Well, because there's also something like just extremely fun about sitting in the crowd and like there's a moment of silence and then you just yell something and the whole crowd goes, whoa!
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, it's cool.
There are a couple people that I wish were banned from it.
Yeah.
And just because they're so bad at roasting and they just keep doing it.
Loudly.
The whole, like, it's like, dude, let someone else.
Well, and some of them, to their credit, some of the ones that are generally very awful, occasionally.
Right, but it's not enough to justify.
Bingo.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. I love Banana Phone. I like it because it's like a nice break from
It's
having
just fun.
to
It's
care.
fun. It's fun. You yell stuff, but also all the comics are there. It's just a good hang. You know what I mean? It's just a good time. And it's all us kind of doing what we kind of really want to do during shows anyways, which is make fun of each other.
Yeah.
You know?
You get to be a class clown.
Right, exactly. That's what it is.
And it's just like, oh, dude, we're all the class clown.
Yeah. And most of us were the best class clowns.
Yeah.
And now we're all in one room class clowning. You know
And
what I
the
mean?
teacher is also a clown.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
We're
chaos.
all going to do
It's absolute chaos.
The lunatics are now running the asylum, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking
It's
awesome.
fun, man.
Dude, roast battle this week
We had roast battle on
electric.
Saturday night, midnight show.
Midnight show.
Incredible. Brian Moses came out. Unbelievable.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, that was cool. There were some great battles.
Yeah. Great
I
battles,
felt
man.
bad because Amy Shanker had to judge solo, like the first 3 battles.
Yeah. And that's all I have to say about her. But
Oh, I love Amy.
Yeah, I do too. I'm joking. What, Dan? All right.
Dude, it's gonna look so funny. So, I believe his name is James. He's the guy that does the Dr. Squatch soap stuff. He was in town, and he had a camera guy with him. So I came over to the creek to get that camera guy to film roast battle,
Nice.
so that we'd have someone filming it. Because
Yeah.
I was like, dude, me versus Casey, that is 10 fucking reels, dude.
need
That's
that. Yeah, yeah.
such good content. And but when the content comes out, it's going to look really funny because there's a battle I did against Lucas McCrary that Amy judged.
Yeah.
And Amy tried to go in on me, and then I just went off on her, and then Lucas started to chant. Like, it was incredible.
That's funny.
But now this time, Amy goes off on me again, and then I went off on her. It's just decimated.
Yeah, you did.
It was fun.
Yeah. That's part of what I think made you win the battle.
Yeah. Someone actually told me that. They were like, you lost until that. That's why you won, was the end. But you lost the battle.
You did have the best performance while you both were on stage, in my opinion. Yeah.
Dude, the whole thing was just electric, though. Casey is so much fun.
So much fun.
I adore that dude. He came out. It felt like he was giving me just like a fucking lob at the beginning because he came out acting sick with this like jacket on and everything. And I was like, "Are you going through withdrawals?" you know. And I said that, but the crowd murmur was too loud.
Right.
Nobody heard it. But then he comes. He's in his doctor shirt, and the roast doctor is in.
Yeah.
It's fucking great, dude.
Yeah. That was fun. So I roasted Patrick, and I did not start. I knew that I needed to roast him for about 2 weeks, and I did not start writing until maybe 2 hours before. And,
Hell yeah!
It was fun. It was a very close battle, but I wrote good jokes, and then I had one that was like killer.
Yeah,
killer. We go through the whole fucking battle. We're like pretty even. And at the end, I don't know what happened. I just fucking forgot to do the closing joke and then ended up losing.
I literally, because we ran our jokes by each other beforehand.
Well, we helped write. We
were helping each other. And so I knew that one was coming. So I was like, oh, he's got this. Darian, finish him.
I think I would have won.
And someone was standing next to me. I was like, this next one is fucking disgusting.
And I just went, that's it.
And then you did your next joke, and I was like, I didn't. That wasn't what I was saying was good. That's not what I called good. Don't lose respect for me because of that. That's not what I meant. Hey,
that's really
the
funny.
thing he was gonna say was devastating.
I know. I told it to Patrick after we got off, and he goes, "I'm fucking glad you forgot."
Yeah. Yeah, that was so fucking good. But do you want to say it?
It's Patrick. Patrick claims you gotta see what he looks like to get this. But Patrick claims to be a sex addict. In which case, I am a gymnast.
It's just fucking perfect.
I know how to crush. And he was also going in. He was going in so hard on the fat stuff that I think they were just about done with it. Yeah. And I would have fucking.
Yep.
Yeah.
He did have an incredible comeback when you talked about his girlfriend.
Bless your heart.
No. When you said that he lives in her shadow, and he said all of Austin lives in your shadow.
That was like, great.
Damn, it was so quick. It was like, that was fucking good, dude.
That was great.
Yeah,
unbelievable. I forget how he worded, but the front pussy or front fupa back.
Front pussy back titties, dude. Yeah,
that was good. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that was good. You laughed so hard at that on stage, you could tell you genuinely enjoyed it.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did. I was having so much fun.
That's my favorite thing about roast, too, is when someone writes a really clever joke about me.
I was more excited to hear his jokes than to do mine.
Same.
Yeah.
With Casey.
Yeah.
Casey's joke about I tried to kill myself and I was successful, but the paramedics revived me by putting a pie on a windowsill, and I floated back up to life. It's just fucking incredible.
What was the other one that he hated? Another one where he called you like a fat fuck at the end. And Casey's just not known for being mean like that. It was so crazy. He's like, you fat fuck. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, dude. The thing I was really proud of myself because the roast that I wrote, I only had a couple good offense ones that were like set up punch roast. That was my opener and my closer. But all of my middle ones were made as defense because I was like, I know he's about to do some crazy shit. So I got to write something that's a response to that crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like he pulled out his bag of sapphires and rubies. Yeah. I was like, why did you steal that Tylenol PM? And then I had the vape thing in my hand, and I kept pretending it was a remote. So every time he started doing his crab across the stage, he has a vibrator in his ass.
Yeah.
Like, that was fun.
Yeah.
But it was also fun to watch how he also had that. He was like, oh, yeah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool.
Do you don't remember the joke where he ended with the fat fuck thing? Do you don't remember what it was?
No, the other one that I remember was that I jerked myself off on Facebook a lot. and then he brought up Louis. I don't remember how he did it, but
I don't remember.
God, it was great.
He had a couple that were. I mean, because Casey generally is doing a weird act thing when he's roasting. He had a couple this time that were just flat out roast jokes that were so good.
Yeah,
so funny.
Dude, I cannot wait to watch it.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. We got the footage. Did they get mine too?
Yeah, so he got the last 3 battles.
Were we the last 3?
Yeah.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't that long then, huh?
No, it was only like an hour and a half show.
Dude, my favorite moment of the whole night though was Fuzzy roasted Cat.
Yeah, Cat Ranzinski.
Yeah, and Fuzzy was for weeks has been talking about one of his roast jokes. For weeks has been excited about it and thinks like it's gonna change his life.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if you remember this, but
if you tell me the jokes, I remember your response to it was my favorite part of the night.
Dude. Well, yeah. So I'll do the joke. He goes, Cat, you're so boring that if God could watch your life like a movie, he would change the channel on your ass. Talk about and the crowd is silent. I remember. It's not like it was going bad and then they were silent. It couldn't have been louder in that room 10 seconds ago. And it was like he said the N-word. Like it was so they're being as upset they were doesn't even make sense how upset they were because it wasn't that terrible of a joke. But and you could see in his eyes weeks of excitement just gone. And he's stunned and I couldn't contain myself. There's nothing more fun to me than watching somebody lose their mind.
You were standing next to me, and the thing that really made it is he started it with all of the swagger of that 3 weeks of just like
exactly.
About to get, and it's made better by the joke he did previous to that is I'm not allowed to eat pork. Why would I fuck a pig?
That was
about
great.
her, and it opened the fucking room.
Yeah, annihilated.
You, me, Matt are all just in the corner.
Yeah.
The crowd is losing their fucking mind.
I started to get worried about my roast.
Yeah.
That's how I was like, oh, this is a whole nother level today.
So that fucking goes insane. And then he has that confidence and that swagger, plus what he thinks is his best joke. And he goes, I'm talking about click, click. And when he did the fucking, he had so much into it.
And then you're like, what?
And then the second after he saw the reaction and there was nothing, it's like you saw an 8-year-old finding out Santa wasn't real.
I know.
It was just
unbelievable.
Dude, it was.
I thought he was going to go back to Islam.
He just cuts her head off. Like,
exactly.
Nope. Bitch got tattoos. She's done.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
No, that was a great fucking battle.
That was a great battle. What was the first battle?
I missed it because I had to go find a camera guy.
Was it Fergola and who did Fergola roast?
Oh, was it him? Yeah, Craig was roasting. Fuck.
I just remember it being very boring.
Oh, well, I wasn't there.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, I went to go try and find a camera guy so that we could film it.
Craig is good though. I think Craig won, and Craig is good. I forget who he's against though. Yeah. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
But yeah, that was a really fun night.
We can't talk about perverts.
I think we can. I
don't want to.
I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I will just say this: what Ava is doing is
it's the most entertaining show I've ever seen, and it's $10. It's once a month. Go. And only go if you're willing to see some crazy shit.
If you like the Your Mom's House heavy segments.
Yes, it's a heavy segment live. That's exactly what it is.
It is exactly that. Yeah. It is very sex positive. And this last
I don't know
one.
If it's sex crazy. At this point, it's fucking bananas.
Oh.
It's literally fucking bananas.
Almost, dude.
Oh, it's almost literally fucking bananas. I mean,
I'm thinking about the thing that made me have to walk. I'm gonna vomit. I almost puked.
She walked comedians.
Yeah,
like that's like listen during there's that it's called the halftime show. Right?
Yeah.
So the Pervert Show is just the setup. It's a stand-up comedy showcase
to see who the biggest pervert is.
I don't think they do it that way anymore.
No, they do. They did the vote at the end on this one.
Oh, they did? Okay,
yeah,
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Anyways, but the idea is but whatever. That's a gimmick part. But it's a stand-up comedy showcase where people go up. They do. They're encouraged to do a lot of sex material or whatever. Very good show. And they do this thing in the middle of it called the halftime show, where it's usually a performative. It's some sort of performative sex art. right?
Well, I think we can probably say a piece of this one because Ava posted it to her Instagram.
True. That's very true.
So in part of this, there are 2 trans women on stage, and one of them sucks a strap-on that's attached to a woman in the middle who has them both on a leash, by the way. And Ava has a ball gag in and is playing the untrained person.
Yeah.
And then the person with the strap-on face fucks Ava until she vomits.
Yeah.
Profusely.
$10.
That's what?
$10. And that's how they opened it.
Yeah, that it ramped up. If you can believe that, it ramped up. But
and what's crazy is a lot. Now this one was a little bit different. You can tell people were sort of they were sort of onto them in terms of they knew how crazy it was going to get. But I've been in that show where you could tell most of the audience didn't know that this was going to happen, and all of a sudden it starts, and people. You start watching tables just like get up and leaving, and people freaking, and they don't know fucking how to do it. Yeah, it's I can't speak more highly of it. It's the most entertaining thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
It's so good that when people know that it's happening, like comics will leave. You were literally in the middle of hosting for Sickler, and you came over so you could watch it.
Yeah. And like almost missed getting back to get him off. Yeah.
So I fucked up. So I didn't even realize that Perverts was happening.
Yeah.
I just came over, and then they were trying to make me put my phone in a bag, and I was like, no, I don't put my phone in a bag. Like,
they made me, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, Clay, I'm not putting my phone in a bag. Yeah. Like, go and ask the owners. Why would I put my phone in a bag? He's like, I asked them, you have to put your phone in a bag. I was like, fucking okay. Yeah. And then it was that, and I was like, oh, and
yeah, it totally makes sense.
Because people will take videos of that, and that will get them in trouble. But wow. Just wow. So go to Perverts. Go see it. It's a great show.
Yeah. I've told the story a few times, and I crushed telling it, so I really want to do it, but I don't want to say what the show is, but look at me. I don't even know how to, it's unfucking believable.
Yeah, it's unreal. On the other side of the spectrum from unreal, I don't want to say anything. First off, I thank you to Lil God for putting the show together. That's his name, Lil God. So he's a rapper from Canada. He's on tour with a couple other rappers. A rapper from Nashville named Booty Gum.
Oh, yeah.
Is on tour with him. And so they've been touring. And so they did a rap and comedy showcase last night at Independence Brewery. And the idea of rap and comedy being together works great. Because they're very complementary arts. They're usually interested in one another, and the word choice and all of that's important. However, energetically and from an audience standpoint, they could not be more different. Like how if you're an audience member at a comedy show, you're going to be sitting, paying attention, laughing, absorbing. You are not like a part of the show as much as you are an audience member. But in a rap show, like you're encouraged to like dance, sing along, like scream, like, you know, chop it up, like sing, like it's a much higher energy. So when you do comedy and music, you got to do comedy and then music.
Delta fine, boy.
Yeah, but I hate you so much. But what they did instead was they would do rap, comedy,
Tough.
back and forth. So I get there, and the first guy that's on stage is Booty Gum. And Booty Gum is, he's got like the same build as me, but he has his hair dyed pink. Up, and he's wearing a pink shirt
like
and some jeans and pink shoes, and he's explaining his name is Booty Gum because he eats that booty like it's gum. He's the #1 ass-eating rapper.
Okay.
And so that's his thing, and he has like a couple of like bars that are about like my dick is really hard, and like it's funny and cool. But so I'm watching this guy perform, like really go all out, and then we look. He has 22,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh wow,
is that a lot?
That is a lot. Okay. That's a whole lot. That's a good number to have. Like that dude's making a living off of music.
Okay.
And touring. But so he goes up and he's doing that, and then he says, you know, I'm so comfortable with you guys, I could just take my pants off. He takes his pants off. He's wearing like a tulle skirt, like a pink tulle skirt, and then he takes.
You meant the band.
No, Tulle, I think is how you spell it. But it's the frilly shit. Then he takes his shirt off. So now at the end of this, there's just a dude with no shirt on and a pink skirt and pink hair just rapping about crazy shit.
Yeah.
So like, whoa. And then Monford goes up to tell jokes. And bless his heart, because Lil God has not produced a comedy show before or hosted one. So I don't think that it like clicked in his head. But the way that he introduced Mumford was he said, yo, this next guy, Mumford Davis, he's fucking funny, or he might bomb. Nah, he won't bomb. All right, make some noise for Mumford. It's just like,
wow.
Whoa, okay. So now everyone's coming down off the energy of Booty Gum to Mumford's delivery.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I've got a couple jokes I'm thinking of. I'm wondering how they went.
yeah.
All right.
So he does fine.
Okay.
And then a guy goes up named Kid Carrillo. And
hold on. Wait, while we're talking about Mumford, I got a text from him. Hold on. I got a message from him because I saw pictures of that show on his story. And I replied to it. There's a comic on it. I don't want to say his name. There's a comic on it that was on it that I'm fascinated by, right? So I said his name to Mumford and had a smiley face or whatever, and then Mumford said, he bailed. I followed Booty Gum, which I didn't know that was a person. So I thought, that amazing. Yeah. And I said, hi, that's amazing. And then the next message I got from him, he just said, I walked a black woman.
He did say he if he doesn't stop coming these big booty Latina bitches,
I love
a
that
warehouse job. Yeah, it's fucking amazing. It's a great joke. But you could see like 4 dudes there that were like, "That's my life."
Yeah.
I don't appreciate that. Like, no, dude, not cool.
The joke about fingering the black girl and coming out with acrylic nails.
He didn't do that one.
Oh, that's so funny.
I don't think. I also like kind of zoned out.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow.
He makes me do that too.
Well, it wasn't about him. Yeah. But so then Kid Carrillo goes up, and he's a younger Mexican guy, and he goes fucking hard in the paint. He's an actually very talented lyricist, but he's kind of that like angry rap. Mm-hmm. So
different vibe.
A very different vibe, and he's got like one of his songs. It's an absolute fucking banger. It's like, I don't need your fucking feedback. It's like, I got this shit. I don't need your feedback. And he's killing it. And we're all just hyped. And then there's like a big group of black dudes that have showed up that are over at the side and they're going hard. And then for his last song, Nick Cipaglia, who's up next, goes up and then starts dancing with him on stage and like vibing and like getting into it because he's going to go up next. Yeah. He's like, this will be a cool move.
Yeah.
But Nick didn't time it correctly. So he was dancing for too long. So by the time he started to set, he's like, hey, I'm Nick.
That's so funny when you watch a comedian. I saw somebody do it on Kill Tony last week where Tony called their name and they were outside or something like that. And instead of just calmly walking, they dead sprinted, freaking out. And then they jumped on, like they made it performative. Like they jumped onto stage.
Did they eat shit?
No, they didn't shit, and then they stopped like that. But I could tell as soon as they stopped, I said, that was a mistake. Watch this. And as soon as they started talking, they were out of breath for their whole minute.
Yeah.
Because it's only 1 minute.
Yeah.
So for their whole set, they couldn't talk.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's a weird common thing for some reason. You see what
there,
I mean?
yeah.
Yeah. No, not just there. I feel like you watch people make that mistake all the time.
Yeah,
maybe I'm just more. I think I'm probably more sensitive to it because I get out of breath easier than people. It's a bigger problem than it is for most guys. Now I'm just realizing this is
about me. Watching you just slowly have that realization was awesome. Yeah.
Speaking of that lyric, you said, I was listening to this metal song the other day, and it has the funniest opening line to a metal song I've ever heard. Hold on, let me play it. Can I play it?
Yeah, I think so. Or just say it, so we don't get like DMCA strikes.
Oh, it doesn't matter. No, I can't say it. It's not funny if I say it. You have to listen to it. I'll play it for you later.
All right, play it for me later. What's the name of the song?
Misery by Vended.
Okay.
It's the funniest opening line to a metal song.
Perfect. But so Kid Creole goes up, and then Nick Spaglia goes up, and he does his jokes. But he starts to get into it after he's like catching his breath, and he's good. And then the next people that go up are EC Main and YC. And during Nick's set, EC Main has started kind of talking back, and he's a funny black guy, so he's got like that energy to him, and he's a rapper, so he's pretty quick with it. And so they kind of get in the back and forth, but you can tell that Nick doesn't want to be mean.
Right.
This guy. But then he goes up and he raps and they do their set and then I'm after them. So I go up I was supposed to be doing 10 is what is on the flyer thing. And then, so I'm up there, and I realize I've been up there for like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten a light or anything. And I'm like, I think I remember seeing other people get a light. I wonder if, does he know to do a light? Well, God, how much more time am I doing, you know? But during my set, EC Main kept coming back and saying stuff to me. And I was like, all right, well, then we're going to just treat this like crowd work.
So he had a mic?
No.
Okay.
It's a very small outdoor venue, and he's
Yeah.
as close as Dan is.
Right.
So, but so it's very fun. So then I leave there to go to Banana Phone. But man, just the vibe of that show is so funny because it felt like I just bombed my face off. If I had that same set at a comedy club, I would drive into traffic on the way home.
Right.
It was just like some of the stuff got the new queso joke I'm doing crushed. Yeah. That did great. That got everybody to laugh. But even with 100% of people laughing pretty hard, it was still not that loud. Yeah. And it wasn't anywhere close to matching the energy of when the rap songs were playing.
Right.
So it was just like, fucking this. Why do I do comedy? You know, but it's just an interesting thing. And then to get to go and do the Banana Phone afterwards, just mwah.
Yeah.
It was so good. I was listening to a song on the way here. Oh man, you are
dude. I'm
Delta
fucking
400.
Yeah, dude. I'm fucking no more of those before podcasts.
Yeah, what? That's so funny that they're not even that strong.
No,
that's so cool. I wish they were doing that to me. I just don't feel like talking now.
I'm sorry.
Well, I wanted to ask you this because you and Trey have mentioned stuff a couple times.
Yeah.
But you play a lot of poker.
Yeah.
And you're good at it.
Yeah.
And I've experienced that. I played a game of poker with you once, and my problem with poker is that I have no patience.
You played with me?
Yeah.
Where?
I played one game with you at Rob's old house.
Oh, okay. Not like a real. It was like a
house
comics
game.
hang.
Yeah. No, not at a place.
Yeah.
I don't go there because I know it's just whatever money I bring's gone.
Yeah.
I'm not going to win money at a poker place because I am going to get bored.
Right. And then you're I'm
like, well, let's excite Mike. Let's bluff.
As good. God damn it! Oh my God!
Damn it!
What the hell? Fucking damn!
What was your question? I'll just repeat it into the. I have never gone to a casino and grinded it out for 7 hours. I will go to a casino and I will put $20 into the video poker machine because they told me that's the easiest way to drink for free. And then I will just do the minimum bet. And I get bored, so I just keep fucking hitting it, and then the money's gone.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's luck. And when it's a video game like that, I feel like they can just lie.
Well, that's a that's a losing proposition. Like even if you win over time, you will mathematically you can only lose money putting money into a slot machine or a video poker machine.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Take that, Las Vegas. Just turned you on your head. You probably didn't know that.
What?
I have no idea.
Yeah, you can only lose money on those.
So what can I win money on?
So poker.
Dances poker so fast.
Well, poker's the one game that you can play. You never want to play against the house. The house always has the odds in their favor. That's how they make money.
Play against the apartment.
Right. Play against the basement.
Yeah.
No. So retarded.
We're geniuses.
So dumb.
Play craps and bet with the house.
Yeah.
So what? I don't care if they hate me. I'm getting money, motherfucker.
Right.
You can hate these bands, bitch. I shouldn't gamble. This is why. I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna get shot. That's what's gonna happen.
Poker, though, is the one game that you can play. You're playing against other players. You're not playing against the house. So your edge or your advantage comes down to your skill against theirs.
But that's also the hard part because you don't even have to have skill because you can luck into some stuff.
Yeah, for sure. But also, but that's the way poker works, right? So you're just trying to get your money in when the odds are in your favor. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win the hand.
Yeah.
We could be in a hand and go, and the flop comes out, and I have a set of 9s and you have a set of 4s, right? 90% of the time, 95% of the time, I'm winning that hand. But there's still a 5% of the time when you're going to spike a 4 on the next 2 cards, and you're going to win.
Spike a 4. That sounds so. See, this is why I like poker, because when you start saying the cool little slang, the jargon, you're like, spike a 4 on the turn.
Right.
Don't mind if I do, Daddy.
It's called not being. You don't want to be results oriented. So you don't want to look at the result of a hand, and then base your play based on the result. You want to base your play just on the math. Right,
Whoa.
so I'm never gonna if you shove all your money in on that flop, I'm never gonna fold, even though there's a chance I lose the hand.
Because the numbers are so heavily in your favor.
Exactly.
And if you do that over time, but over time,
that's always a winning proposition. Correct.
See, and so that's why I can't do poker, because I don't want to play over time.
Well, here's the problem. I get bored too, right? And then I start doing that with hundreds or thousands of dollars.
Yeah, that's why it's interesting to me, because I know you well enough. There's no way you're sitting there for 6 hours just like, the math checks out.
Nope.
No math here.
Yeah.
Oh, math again. It's definitely at some point you're like,
I am known as a very gambly, very splashy player, is what they say.
You throw your chips at them?
I throw the chips in there. I'm in there with a lot of weird and dumb hands.
Yeah.
But that creates a lot of action for me.
Yeah.
People will play with me and they'll gamble with me, which means that when I do have a really big hand, the money's going in, and I'm more than likely going to get called, and I'm going to get paid off.
Because you're fucking crazy.
Right. So if there's somebody else at the table and they never play a fucking hand, and all of a sudden they're in a pot, I don't care what I have. I fold.
Yeah.
Your hand's too strong. I know.
What is that called?
It's a nit.
A nit?
Well, no, that's not necessarily a nit. But a nit is a word that describes somebody who won't gamble, or who will fold strong hands.
Unless they're like super.
Right, unless they have the nuts. Right.
Yeah.
They won't call you unless they have the nuts.
Yeah.
That's a nit.
So the nuts are when you have the guaranteed winning hand on the table. And so I read in like 5th and 6th grade, the world. So for me, I guess that's what, 2003, 2004?
Yeah.
Around that time. World Series of Poker starts to explode.
Moneymaker, right.
It's on ESPN.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about it. All of our parents are playing it and talking about it, so the kids are getting into it. And I bought Doyle Brunson's like how to play
Super System.
Yeah, it was in like it wasn't even like a book. It was in like a binder thing that I bought it at Barnes and Noble, and I read that, and it taught me about like foxes and and so all the terms that I remember at all even vaguely came from that.
Yeah.
But just having that little bit of knowledge versus my friends, I would usually do good. But then you'd run into some people where it was just like in their blood they were such a good gambler.
Yeah.
And I remember my friend Brian was that way. He would just fucking take all of my money every time. And then I would be like, well, I don't want to be a fucking, I think he called him like a stone or something like that. But someone that doesn't ever play unless they have the nuts was his thing. And I was like, well, I don't want to be that, but I don't want to be too crazy. And man, there's so, I never got into the math,
are the most interesting people on the planet. The way that they live their lives is the most interesting. What?
Around that era, Poker Stars was big.
Yeah.
And I was like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
And I racked up a few grand there.
Holy shit.
But then they shut it down, so I lost all the money.
Oh, no. That fucking sucks. I had Pacific Poker on my computer. That was the one I used.
I don't know that one.
I had a couple $100 just playing.
Yeah.
I loved that there are so many not like Texas Hold'em's just one, but there's Pineapple and Omaha.
PLO is the most fun game in the world.
PLO's Omaha?
Yeah. It's called Pot Limit Omaha.
Okay.
It's the most fun poker game, most fun card game in my opinion, but it is also the most variant. So it's like it's the hardest to win a lot of money at versus losing a lot of money at.
But it's so exciting.
It's so exciting.
So that's where you have 4 cards in your hand, but you can only play 2 of them.
Right.
And then it's just a traditional flop, turn, river.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my favorite is PLO double board bomb pots. That's where we get to going, dude.
All right, say more. What does that even mean?
So
this sounds like I'm ordering at Waffle House.
That's where. Okay, so a bomb pot is a pot where instead of there being any pre-flop action, everyone puts in the same amount, and you go straight to a flop.
Whoa.
So that forces everyone to play whatever hand they have. So anyone could have anything. You have no information about.
That's awesome. Okay, so that throws off the math even more.
Right.
Awesome.
All right, so that's a bomb pot. Then it's a PLO bomb pot. So you've got 4 cards, right? And you play 2 in your hand and then 3 on the board. But you've got 2 boards. And you're playing both boards.
Can you mix boards?
Yes. No, you can't mix boards.
Okay, so
one
you
board
have
is
to
one
use-
board, the other board is one board. But you can use any of the 4 cards in your hand on either board.
To make the single best possible hand?
Right.
So, oh, wow.
It gets wild. And so
that's how you keep yourself entertained, is you start playing shit like that.
Well, so that's really what it is. And the card houses here are brilliant with this, and they fucking know what they're doing. All their tables are set up so that, like I think at it's different at each one. The way they do it at the lodge, every 30 minutes and every dealer change, you have a double board PLO bomb pot at every table.
Whoa.
So it's Hold'em the whole time, and then every 30 minutes you play one hand of double board PLO bomb pads. And those pots rearrange all the chips every 30 minutes because those pots get so big and everyone's got such strong hands that everyone's all in. So just every 30 minutes, all the chips on the table are going to one person.
That's so cool.
So, yeah. That's what keeps me entertained.
I love that, like, gambling will always find a way to keep you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how, it's like for me, like, I get bored, so I just lose all my money and I walk away. So they got my money, they win. But I'm not, like, when I'm in Vegas, I have no temptation whatsoever to any of the casinos.
It's not just, but for me, it's also just not. It's not. I've realized that it is not just the gambling. Like I'm a good player. I'm a profitable player, so I make money when I play. But I have noticed there's a certain camaraderie at tables, even at the card houses. I mean, there's nothing like a really big home game. A really big home game is the most fun you can have doing anything, because a lot of times these are going to be your friends or people you know really well, or people I played in home games back in Tennessee where it was the same. For a lot of those were like tables where it's it's been the same fucking 15, 20 dudes rotating out at this table every Sunday night for 20 years. You know what I mean? And there's just a certain, and then all of a sudden you have a big night. Everyone brought thousands of dollars with them for some fucking reason, and now we're going to duke it out in the middle of a Sunday, right? And there's a certain level of shit talking and just fun to be had. And then the football game's on. Everyone's got bets on the games. It's just chaos. It's just so much fun.
That is just a degenerate paradise.
It's exactly.
Everyone's smoking and drinking and drugs, cigars.
Nuts. And then all of a sudden it's 4 a.m. One dude's asleep at the table. He's got $15,000 in front of him, and he's got his cards in his hand, and he's dead asleep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're trying to win his money. You're still there.
Wake
Why
up.
are you still there?
Wake up.
Wait, Jorge, let's go, dude.
Yeah. Call. You
Yeah.
want to call.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
We're playing reverse poker. That 2-7's the best hand. That's your royal flush, bud.
Yeah. But and then that starts happening too, especially at home games. All right, let's start playing triple board PLO bomb pods, but this time we're not betting till the river.
You just, how can I excite myself?
Like, what the fuck are we doing, man?
Yeah.
You
guys want to play $20,000 coin flips?
But then you find different games. There were games every night, private home games every night in Tennessee. So it was kind of like open mics where you go on Wednesdays, Selena's is open, and then on Tuesdays it's Mexican Dave's, right? And I should not have said both of those people because they're real, but so I don't know. It's just like it fits. I don't know. It's so much fun, dude. And then you have games that are sort of more silly and fun and might play kind of big or small or whatever. And then you have games that this one's not a fun night. This one's like a real fucking.
We got to work.
This is a working night. You know what I mean? And then the shit talking at those games are like that's the.
Oh, I bet.
That's where it gets scary. We're like, all right, guys, let's just chill out.
Dude, I think on our first episode together, we went like an hour and a half. What are we at? An hour? Oh man, look at that.
Yeah.
I'm always right around 50, dude. I'm like clockwork. I could talk forever about this. It's so interesting.
Yeah, we got to wrap it though. I got to go.
No, you can't leave. I'm holding you hostage on the podcast.
I got to go, Vulcan.
Okay.
But we've left them wanting more, I think.
Yes, I think more is what they desire. Well, we'll be back next week with a guest, and you'll be back over there.
there.
Yeah. But this was very fun. I feel like there was one other thing we wanted to talk about. Man. You got a new podcast coming out of your own.
Yes. Yeah, this week we're going to drop the first episode. It's called Off the Phone.
Mm-hmm.
It's me, Fuzzy, and Mikey Biggs.
And what is the premise of this?
It's an R-rated educational podcast. So we take a subject every week, and we basically teach a lesson on it, and then just riff and make jokes about it.
Oh, interesting.
Should be super fun.
Good.
Yeah, our first episode is actually on gambling.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. I'd love to have you on to do cannabis.
Oh, yeah, that would be fascinating.
Yeah.
I know things about that.
Not really, but we'll have somebody else teach us, and you'll be a good person to make fun of it.
Oh, yeah, I would love someone to teach us.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. We're going to have Patreon. We have got a couple of experts coming on that Big Laugh has set us up with in the next few weeks. And then those are going to be released as Patreon episodes.
Sick.
It's going to be a whole cool thing. So
Very cool.
Subscribe and look out for that.
Well, we've got a Patreon starting for Highly Social as well. All the episodes will be in the nude. So,
perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, this has been Highly Social. I'm your host, Mike Eaton. Darian Irwin, thank you so much for joining us today.
Love you guys.
Until
See you
next
next
week.
week.
Also, the celebrity was